Hey, you're here first. I sent out a couple of things. I sent it out to you and my little chat group. We'll see who all shows up. I'm going on TikTok as well, so trying to get people back over here since I've not been on for like 9 or 10 days. Um, and we all know how well the notifications always work because a lot of times the notifications don't work. So here we are. Um, hey, I know that it's been 9 or 10 days since I've been live. Um, been kind of just chilling out. I just finished my book literally 10 minutes ago. We watched The Hunger Games Part 1. I had finished the book a while ago, but we didn't get around to watching the movie. So we watched the movie and he goes to put on Part 2. He's like, "Did you finish the book?" And I'm like, "No." So like for 2 days, he's like, "Did you finish the book?" Today, he's like, "Did you finish the book?" And I'm like, "No, I still got like that much left. I just finished it 10 minutes ago. So now I can watch the movie. Um, so there we are with that. It is pouring rain. It's been pouring rain all day. Oh shit. My vape keeps getting knocked over. I do not understand what is going on with my TikTok lives. I don't understand it. Literally it's just people in and out, in and out, in and out. Like people don't talk on it. I don't know. It started happening about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I finished the first one and I saw some discrepancies. The second one was just weird because like the first whole half of the book is not really that big of a deal in the movie, which is kind of weird to me. I'm gonna try to restart this here. It was just I don't understand what is going on with my TikTok lives. About 2 weeks ago, this started where it's not being pushed out, and literally it's just join, 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 and nobody says anything. This has been going on for like 2 weeks. I don't understand what's going on. It's almost like I have all of my comments completely censored, which I don't because I haven't changed anything. So I'm not really sure what's happening with that, but it's weird. Whatever's going on, it's weird. So I didn't even nothing. I just shut it off. I wasn't even like, yeah, I'll be back. I was like, yeah, there was like one person in there that I knew, and I was like, ah, just shut it off and come back. So my husband said that I should do a conspiracy live today because I woke him up this morning yelling and screaming, and he's like, that sounds like a good live, and I was like, maybe, maybe. Hey, yeah, I put it back on, but I don't know what's going on with my I don't know what's going on with my TikTok lives that nobody comments. This started about 2.5 weeks ago where it's just join, leave, join, leave, join, leave, join, leave. And that's even if it gets pushed out at all. So ever since this ban happened, my TikTok lives have acted screwy. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Like literally right now, it's just doing join, 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 and there's 4 people. This just started since that ban. So I'm not really sure what's going on. That's fine, Len. You're good. Um, I'll leave it on here for a second. I don't understand what's going on. That's ever since that ban. My TikTok lives don't work. I don't understand it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I think you might appreciate my conspiracy live, but I'm sure a lot of people don't because of what it has to deal with. It's literally just doing the same thing. Literally. It's showing 6 people and it's just join, 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 join. People scrolling through. Um I could try my other I've watched the same person join like 4 times. Not even kidding. I feel like trying my other account and seeing if it works better. But I don't understand what's going on. This has been going on for 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to go to the other account But this has been going on for 2 weeks. I don't understand it. We'll see if this one works. My title for that one is Christmas Eve if you don't want to be alone. Shows how long since I've been on this one. We'll see if this one actually does anything. If not, like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand it. It's just and not everybody's having this problem because I see people with lives that are having, hundreds or thousands of people in it and mine are just broken. They are just literally broken. They nobody can comment in my lives. Like I get like one to 5 comments. I was on live, I'm not even kidding, for almost half an hour. Let it run while I was doing this one, and there was 5 comments in half an hour. That doesn't happen. That never happens. I don't understand what's going on. So, well, my conspiracy theory, I was going on about the fucking plane that crashed. Because to me, it looks intentional. I watched the footage. I've heard the black box tape. I've seen the footage, and that Black Hawk, number one, should not have been in commercial airspace, regardless of the fact that the FAA was all jacked up by Captain Dumbshit. But a Black Hawk can turn on a dime. And I watched that Black Hawk literally aim straight beeline for that plane for 30 seconds. I counted 30 seconds. And a Black Hawk can literally just and leave. And it's weird to me that for 30 seconds, I watched that thing never even flinch while it's having communications saying that it sees the plane. So you can see the plane. You have 30 seconds to maneuver in a way that's going to get you above that plane, below that plane, left, right of the plane, and you drive right into it. And then a lot of the headlines are, commercial plane collide. No, that's not what happened. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's doing it. It's doing it on this account too. It's doing it on this account. Just join. It's fucking weird. It's ever since that ban, it's been acting like this. I don't understand it. It's fucking bizarre. That's got up to a few more people than the other account did, but barely. And so, I've been spending a lot of my time on Threads. Like for the past week, I have been extremely involved in the Threads app. Like I've scrolled on TikTok and thrown a couple of my, little videos up or whatever, but and I've put some up on Instagram, but I've been spending a lot of my time on Threads. And somebody made the comment over there that, well, the government wouldn't do that. Yes, it would. Yeah, it would. And if you don't believe me, you can go to Operation Northwoods. Just go to Operation Northwoods, read about that, and tell me what we wouldn't do. Read Northwoods and then tell me what we wouldn't do. It's literally a layout plot for basically the deleting of JFK and the false flag operatives it was going to put in to make us angry at Cuba. So don't tell me what they wouldn't do, because they'll do it. So yeah, this is just fucking weird. I don't understand it. I do not understand what's going on with my TikTok lives. I just shut that one down. 15 people of just scrolling in. Nobody says a word. Literally, nobody says a word. I do not understand what's going on. That's cool, Audra. I've been taking... See, and it's saying that was longer than that. Anyway, I've been taking this, hiatus for the past 9 or 10 days, just kind of doing my own thing and just chilling and just being by myself and being on other apps. And honestly, it just makes you just not want to get on this stuff, not want to go live, not want to do anything. And I know that I bit myself in the ass by doing it because, when you don't go live for 9 or 10 days, people basically assume that you aren't here anymore. When normally go live or whatnot. And so I know I shot myself in the foot. I'm very well aware that by me deciding to just kind of do something else for a few days, quite a few days, that was going to do something, but I don't care. I just don't. I don't care. I don't know. I've blown up on a couple people in the past day or two that are just nothing but drama, just shit stirs. And it's like, I have other things that are much more important in my life that I'm not dealing with y'all's bullshit. I'm just not. I don't care. Like, I just don't. I'm over it. I'm over all these dumb fucking petty bitches. I'm gonna try one more time on this other account and see what happens. Should I be Brian Mary? I just don't understand it at all. I'm gonna try it again and see what happens. I literally logged out of the account and logged back in, so we'll see. Right. Like I'm gonna be 43 years old here in another not even 3 months. 2.5 months. Like, I'm over this shit. You guys need to grow up and get gone. Like, what are you even doing with your life that you are this fucking pathetic? I'm just like over here like this is stupid. So I just blew up early this morning and today, and I was just like, I'm just not dealing with it no more. I've been I've been blocking people, telling people off. Like, I just don't care anymore about pretty much anything. My Facebook is private. Well, that's because I haven't been live for about 9 or 10 days. And as you can see, my TikTok lives are not working. It says that there's 3 people in here, and I get like the other day I was on TikTok. I was on a TikTok live probably about, I don't know, 9 or 10 days ago. And in half an hour time, I had 5 comments, and it just sat and did this, just join, 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 join. And like, the comments aren't going through, notifications aren't going out ever since this ban went into place. My lives are not working correctly. They have not been working correctly ever since. Like, look at this. My notifications aren't going out. And then when people do come in that I do recognize, it's not showing any comments. So it kind of makes it to where you don't want to deal with it. I've tried in the past 14 minutes and 28 seconds. I've started a live on this account 3 times and 1 on the other account. I've started a live on TikTok 4 times in 14 minutes for it to do the same shit. I'm on both, but I'm going to end up shutting TikTok down again because it's stupid. It's stupid to sit here and just watch join, 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 join over again. It's dumb. It's a waste of my fucking time, and I can't even smoke if I have TikTok on. Yeah, no, I'm here. Unfortunately, I'm here. Literally. That's all it's doing. It's stuck on 6 people. No matter how many people join, it says 6 people. I've seen 1 comment go through. Sorry, 2. I've seen 3 comments go through. Yep. So, I mean, what is the point? There is none. My notifications aren't going out. There's no point. I'm gonna leave it up for about another 2 minutes. I'm gonna shut it down again. I've started it live on this account 4 times. It's not going out. Notifications are not going out. I don't recognize any of the names coming in. Like, I don't understand how, like, not one notification is going out. I've started it 4 times. Like, 1 time's a glitch, 2 times is strange, 3 times something's weird, 4 times, no. That's not normal. And it's only been since the ban. You know, the 12-hour reboot that they used to put in a whole bunch of new systems to get us to where we can't actually write about anything. Exactly. Yeah, TikTok's been shitty. I've barely been on it. Yeah, this is stupid. It's just doing the same shit, literally. I'm like, I can't even smoke when it's on there, and I'm not gonna just sit there and watch join, 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 join. It's ever since I started posting a bunch of political shit. Not even kidding. Ever since my one has been nothing but political shit, nothing's worked correctly. Yeah, my algorithm is fairly normal. Like, it didn't get really messed up or anything, but I've seen a lot of people say that their algorithm isn't right, that the videos are showing up that they don't wanna watch, and, like I said, I've been spending a lot of time on Threads. Like, I have been on Threads pretty much nonstop for 10 or 12 days. Like, so much so that I've had, like, 180,000 interactions with my stuff. Um, it's like TikTok, but with words. I've been finding out all my news over there. I've been commenting on people's stuff, and, you know, I've had a couple posts go pretty decently, and it's just, I can be more myself over there. I feel like God, I have hiccups now, that's great. I can be more myself over there. It's like back in, like, 2000. God damn it, seriously. It's like back in 2011 when I was on Tumblr, and I could just be me. It's frustrating because, you know, on lives, especially on TikTok, you're very, limited on what you can say and do because pretty much anybody can come by and flag you for the stupidest shit known to man. And so you have to be very careful about what you talk about on live on things like TikTok, which is frustrating because then I can't talk about the things that I want to talk about because the live will get shut down, which, if you've noticed, I don't care about at this point. I'm over it. As you can see, it was no big loss. I shut it off like 4 times. I don't care. I just don't. Um, I do enjoy going live to a point, but being offline on and in a way from a lot of stuff for the past 9 days has been very relaxing. And it just, like, the longer you're away from it, the longer you don't care to go back to it. I've been on social media for coming on 4 years now on TikTok, and, I've had stretches where I get over it, but I've been increasingly over it for the past month or 2, and, like, like, when the ban happened, um, I almost wished it would. Like, that's the point I'm at, like, I don't care anymore, I just don't. Um And I had to literally pull myself into this chair just to sit down here and do this live. Like, there's a lot of stuff I wanna talk about, but I feel like the people that would enjoy it aren't getting notifications anyway, and the people that show up, only half are going to want to hear it. So what is the point in wasting your time talking about stuff that half the people can't see and the people that do don't want to hear? Does that make sense? Which is why, again, I've been spending so much time on Threads because, I'm, following and my For You page, man, you want to talk about an algorithm? That place has an algorithm. Like, the longer I was on it the first 2 days, like, it's got me down to a niche. Like, my For You page is perfect. It's just literally everything that I deal with, everything that I'm, every interest I have, it's there, it shows up, it's nice because I spend a lot of time over there talking about politics and whatnot. And when you're in a niche of people feeling the same way you do, it makes it a lot more enjoyable to get on to a platform and actually see a bunch of like-minded stuff, as opposed to on TikTok. Every time I do any type of political video, I do not end up on the right side of where I'm trying to go. I keep ending up on the side I don't want to be involved with. And then it's nothing but stupid, asinine fucking comments, to the point that I have started just shutting off my comments. If I'm on my one account, I will literally put up a video and shut off the comments because I'm not dealing with it. And then people are like, you shut off your comments. Yes, because people are horrible, hateful dickbags. And I've made the point at this point where I've put up a couple videos and just taken them down because I'm tired of it. I had a post on Instagram. It's got like 150,000 views, which is bizarre considering it's Instagram. I've never had that happen. I think the best I've ever done on Instagram is like maybe 1,000. But damn it. But I had a post get somewhere around 130, 150,000. I haven't looked at the exact thing. And I ended up getting a bunch of followers from it. But again, I shut off the comments on it because I just don't want to hear it. Ever since this election, the amount of just hateful comments that I'm seeing, not just on my stuff, but other people's stuff, like this election has emboldened people to just be absolute raging dickbags. Like, I used to, like, if I would put up political content, 6 months ago, I'd get some shitty comments, but nothing like what's been going on the past week. And it's like it's spiraled out of control to where, it sucks because when you put out a video, you want it to reach the right people, and it's reaching the exact opposite demographic every single time that I'm trying to put out a video. It never lands on the correct side. So anybody that I want to see it is not seeing it, not interacting with it, and it stays on the algorithm of the wrong people, and then the wrong people comment, and that brings more of the wrong people in. And so it's to the point now where I'm not even barely posting because I'm just over it. And the fact that I have to shut down comments on every single video makes it pointless, because I want to have interaction, but what I'm not going to do is allow people to be completely hateful in my comments towards me, towards people commenting, towards the video content, towards the situation of the video content. I'm not letting hate just fester in my comments. I'm just not. Threads is an app that it kind of comes along with, but you have to install it from Instagram. And you can actually put your Instagram to go through to it, or you can post videos, you can post GIFs, you can write stuff, you can comment, you can repost. It's very, very, very similar to TikTok, just in written format. And that's where I've been getting all of my information. Like, I will get information within 3 minutes of it happening. Um, so it's just been a better overall, environment. I've been using TikTok to, have my algorithm of basically seeing a bunch of animals. My algorithm is just a bunch of animals on TikTok and a bunch of car crashes on Instagram. Once you watch one, they just want to keep sending them to you. But I'm using it to watch stuff, but posting at this point, I'm not even getting to where I even want to post anything, which then makes it hard because I'm supposed to be putting up YouTube content, but then I don't even want to do content. Like, I'm that far removed from social media at this point that, like, I don't even want to waste my time making content. Um I did not know who Ysera the cat was, but I clicked through because down at the bottom it was talking about it. So I clicked through and I did kind of see what happened and that the cat had passed away or whatever. Um, I actually cried because Norbert, the dog, the little white dog with the tongue. I've been following Norbert for a long, long time on different social media platforms, and I had just found him again on TikTok on the account that I was on. And he had gotten sick and, he was doing a little better. And then they were checking on him some more and they said he was doing better. And I get on to my social media and he passed away. And that, like, super upset me. There's been a few animals, in my time on social media that have passed away. And it sucks. There's a little dog that looks like Sissy, like a little, like, she looks like Sissy in the face to me, but, like, not really, but she just reminds me of her, I guess. Her name was Buttons, and, she passed away. There was a little pug named Sunny, who passed away years ago. There's been, a handful of animals that have passed away that I enjoyed watching. Um, so, it sucks, and that was just like another thing, like, I'm already upset about everything that I'm seeing in the news, and then to see, um, somebody that you enjoyed watching that isn't going to, be here anymore. Like, they're still posting a lot of older content, um, which is great, but, you're not gonna get to see little updates from them anymore and things like that, and, it's just I feel like, and then, like, so then I started using Facebook again after months and months and months and months and months of, like, getting on Facebook once every 3 to 4 weeks, sharing, something and leaving. I, probably the day after the election, I started getting on Facebook again, and, it sucks because my algorithm on that one, shows a lot of kinda sad cartoons, I guess, and sad. It's very animal based, and I just, I'm scrolling through there and I'm getting depressed because of the content on Facebook. So then you don't want to be on there. And then TikTok's all wonky and showing me a bunch of, animal videos, and then I get depressed and I don't want to be on there. Um, and like I said, Instagram just keeps showing me car crashes. Um, but it makes it to where I don't even want to, like, go on social media anymore because the algorithms have stuck me in such places that I don't even want to be there. So, at least with Threads, it is keeping me in the place where I can, kind of just sit there and read the stuff I want to read and not be hit with sad animal videos or whatnot. Hey, how are you? Um, I fucked up this week. It was a good fuck up, I think, hopefully. Um, I went to go see when the 5-week month was next because I was like, well, it was in November, so like, could it be in February? That doesn't make any sense. So I went to look, and I just literally just paid the bills or was getting ready to pay the bills on last Friday. And I find out after working off of a 4-month budget the entire month that this is the 5-week month. So technically, all my bills were paid last up to last Friday, which means this check is like completely open, like 90% open. I still have to, buy groceries and gas and whatnot, but this check was basically a free check. And so I'm trying to pick up some extra things. Quit! I'm trying to pick up some extra things that I normally wouldn't have been able to get, a few extra groceries. Um, I want to get some things for the animals that frustrates me. um, so hopefully our check is pretty decent. I do have good news. If you guys are very well aware by if you've been following me, you know that after the hurricane, we took about a $450 a week pay cut because my husband was being routed to Georgia instead of South Carolina. And then they were also, on top of losing 120 in pay cut, they were also cutting him off a day, which is another 250. So we were losing about $400 a week because of the hurricane. Well, it had just recently started to be kind of like six day weeks, sometimes with smaller loads, but he'd start to work six days, and that was a lot more comforting than, completely scraping the bottom of the bowl to hope that we were okay and do a lot of finagling. But late last week, probably Thursday of last week, they started sending him back to South Carolina. And he's been going to South Carolina, and he's been working 6 days a week. So I'm hoping that this is the beginning of something good. He went to go get his DOT physical today, and he needed a paper from the doctor, and we couldn't get a hold of the doctor. So I called the director board to find the doctor. And I don't know if I pissed off the doctor. I'm not really sure what happened, but she essentially refused to sign the paper. And my husband needs it to update his medical card for his DOT, for his CDL, and his license. And so we had to find a whole new doctor, and this is supposed to be turned in by February 13th. And they got him a new doctor's appointment on February 13th. So he's going to have to take February 13th off. We're going to have to go to this doctor. We're going to have to hopefully get the paper filled out. We're going to have to then take it to the DOT to turn it in, to take it to the DMV, to then make it applicable. And I just have a bad feeling it's not going to go correctly. But I'm just hoping that it does. But overall, the fact that they've started running him even half of the week to Greer. Now, yesterday, I can't remember if he went to Greer or not yesterday, but yeah, I think he went to Greer, I think, yesterday. And which is also, normally a Greer run would take about 10 hours. But because of the way they're having to route him, they have to route him a little bit out of the way. And it's adding like 2 hours. So he's working like 12-hour days. And his day was so long yesterday that a lot of times he can invoke like an extra 2 hours once a week as like an emergency plan for driving. But his actual work day ran out about an hour from home. They had to actually go rescue him in the truck. Somebody had to come that could drive the truck back the extra hour and bring him home. He was gone probably 14 hours yesterday. So I mean, that's frustrating, but I mean, if it's, if it helps pay wise, that's great. I just feel bad for him because, he's super tired. He came home today and essentially, I had him pick up some dinner and he passed the fuck out. Like he was just done. Today was supposed to be an easy day, but by the time we dealt with the DOT stuff, trying to find the doctor. The problem is the reason why the doctor won't sign the paper. The way that this doctor place is, it's a 9 to 5. Well, you guys know my husband can't do 9 to 5. And he's missed appointments, obviously. And this last week, he had an appointment with the doctor that he was able to keep, and he shows up for the appointment, and the doctor doesn't show up. And so they're like, well, we have to get you in, because she's saying she's not going to give you any more medication if you don't come in. And he's like, all right, fine. When can I get it? And they're like, well, we can get you in February 18th. So they want to wait another 18 days while simultaneously blaming him for not being available for a fucking appointment that he showed up for that the doctor didn't show up for. So, she was aware that he had a doctor's appointment on the 18th. And she said that she could not fill out the paper because she didn't, she couldn't tell them what exactly his, situation was because she hadn't seen him. And I'm over here going, so you can't fill out a paper saying that you know how he is because you haven't seen him. Meanwhile, you've been giving him prescriptions while not checking on him. She did him a favor and did it the few times, but to not sign a paper that we were very explicit needed to be done today. But because I had the front desk track her down twice and the director track her down, knowing that he had the appointment on the 18th, she decided to fuck around. And I wanted to call and report her personally. I asked him if I could call the director and put in a complaint about the fact that if she couldn't attest to what was going on, why was she still giving him medication? Because if she doesn't know what's going on, why is she still medicating him? Whether or not it was helping him or not to continue to give him the medication, if you're going to tell me you can't fill out a form because you don't know what's going on, then you shouldn't have been giving him medication. So he's changing doctors and hopefully it goes well, but I'm concerned. We've been wanting to get out from underneath her for a while. She's a little bit too old school, and we really found out how bad it was trying to get an appointment. Not only just for February 18th, because that's when I called today, I was like, well, we need this paper done. When is she going to be in? And they're like, well, she's not here Thursdays and Fridays. I'm like, okay. I was like, so when is she in? They're like, Wednesdays. I was like, any other day? And they were like, well, she's sometimes online on Mondays and Tuesdays. So you work 1 day a week and you do some online 2 days a week, and then you're going to get on my husband because he can't get a appointment with you because you don't want to work. Okay. So we've been wanting to get out from underneath her anyway. So he's going to be seeing a new doctor, so that's good. He's got a couple little medical blood tests he's going to be getting done on Monday, to check up on a few things. I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen. I've almost made it through the entire season. I started it a little while ago, not too long ago, actually. I'm still about 3 episodes left of the challenge-ish, 3 or 4. But I started Hell's Kitchen, and I think I'm on the final 3 right now. So it'll be done shortly, but I still have probably about another 3 or 4 seasons I have to watch. I finished my book today. So I finished a book, almost an entire 2 seasons of shows. I've colored multiple pictures. I've put together 2 models. I've played my video games. I've just taken a lot of time off of social media. I will never eat a beef Wellington. Those look disgusting. Um, if you guys know, I started doing models and I got my cafe done and then I did a bar and they're supposed to stack on top of each other. Well, I set them on top of each other without clicking them together. And I went to walk away to go get my phone. And I don't know if the vibrations shook it free, but the diner fell 3 feet to the floor and smashed. The entire model just smashed. You just heard this just sickening just crash. And I turned around and seen it all just smashed on the floor and immediately started to like cry because I had just spent, hours doing it. But when I did it, I don't know why, but I had the idea that I was going to super glue um, a lot of the pieces together because I had planned on, putting it up on display and I didn't want to have to worry about it getting jostled. So I super glued uh, 98% of it. And so when it smashed, I saw pieces just flying everywhere, but it was the couple pieces that I didn't glue down. And when I went to investigate the situation, basically what had happened was the bigger pieces of furniture had come undone, which was the larger crash portion. And I was able to essentially fix it super quickly, thank God. Um, so it wasn't completely all in vain. I'm really lucky that it wasn't the bar that smashed because there was so many little pieces that it would have been a nightmare to try to find them. My husband has started putting together a model of what kind of looks like a Harry Potter house, and like a I don't know, but his models are not the same as mine. Um, Mine are, bigger plastic pieces. A lot of the things I have to put together but not build. Um, I don't have to sit there and put little covers on books and like he's had to like he made these potion bottles that were smaller than a strand of spaghetti. I mean, they were basically a strand of spaghetti that he had to like put, wrappers on and they wanted him to like make a wand out of wire and in the meantime he's trying to like put the lights on as he goes and like mine has one light that I can't put on until I put the roof on. So they don't have lights right now. But he's doing like the real honest to God models of a house and mine is a lot easier. Like his is like college level and mine's like grade 5. Like yes, it takes 2.5 hours ish to do one of these, but it's not nearly as frustrating. Like when my husband first started doing his model, the first half an hour was him just screaming in anger. Um, because, he's got big fingers. It was small things and he's dropping this and he's dropping that and he's trying to do everything exactly to the directions. And after he stopped, beating himself up about a lot of stuff, he started to kind of, chill out and relax. And he's been doing really good. I don't know. Like he's talking about how he wants to do more of these, and I'm just wondering if he's going to finish the one that he's doing. Honestly, his ADHD kind of has him all over the place. I, on the other hand, I bought 6 of them. I got 2 out of the 6 done, and I have 4 more on my wish list that I'm waiting to get. After I get these 6 done, I have to actually go buy a shelf to put up in my living room because I have nowhere to put them. I have both of them on my desk right now. They're both right there, but I have no more room for any more of them, so I can't do any more until I put a shelf up. And this Sunday, we're going down to his mom's to pick up a recliner, and hopefully, maybe I can get the shelf up. Maybe, I don't know, because I don't know how long it's gonna take to get the chair, back up here. But, I can't do any more models until I get the shelf up because I have nowhere to put them. So, as soon as I do that, I can start them again, but I also like to do them, like, when he's here because with, like, the cafe, I couldn't get the doors on the back of the counters, and he had to help me with it. Not that I mean, if it would have boiled down to it, I just wouldn't have put them on. It's behind the counter, you can't see it anyways, but it's to give you more stuff to do, and I understand that, but I could not get them on. So he had to help me with those 2 things. Um, mine is not hard. Mine was not hard. A little time consuming, and it got a little frustrating, and it's hard because, like, you want it to be perfect. And, like, in my cafes, my screens up on there that have, like, the menus and stuff, like, the stickers aren't on perfect. Um, on my wine bottles, the some of the wine, bottles wine labels are a little crooked. Oh my god, one of my shelves on my wine rack, the tag is upside down. I put in the shelf upside down originally. And, if you go back and look at the bar video, um, there's 3 pictures on the one wall, and one of them is upside down, like, legitimately upside down. Um, I didn't realize it until I had super glued it on, and I went to put something else on, realized the picture was upside down, but by then the super glue had set, and now it is stuck being upside down. Okay, Audra. Um, yeah, it's luckily because these are, plastic pieces, so, like, um, I didn't have anything break, for me. Now my husband, he was doing so good, and then he got so mad because he had done these spaghetti noodle frickin' potion bottles, and he was excited about putting his potion bottles up, and he broke the table that he was making. And he was just so upset that he broke this table. And I was like, "All right, babe, there's gotta be something we can do." He said, "No, it's broke. It's completely broke. There's nothing we can do." And he kind of got into his little scraps, and he fixed the table. He kind of made the table out of scraps, and I was proud of him because he used his critical thinking skills and a little dash of patience, and he fixed it to where he could still do this part that he wanted to. He's like, I was really looking forward to it, and then he's got big fingers, and it just it kind of like snapped, and then we couldn't find the piece. Um, and But he got it, and he's got 2 rooms done, and I guess there's one part that's kind of more empty, and then there's the whole outside, and, like, I'm glad that, I was gonna help him do his, and I just came out like, he's had this model for almost 2 years, like a year and a half, and I came out and he was starting it, and I was like, "Do you want help?" And he's like, "No, this is mine," and I was like, "Alright." I was like, "Well, I've been wanting to do one, so I'm gonna go over to Michael's and try to find me one." Now, I'd went to Ho apparently, I was at Hobby Lobby, and they had some for, 17, 18, $23 or whatever, smaller ones, and, so I went to Michael's thinking it was Hobby Lobby, and, I got there, and they had these ones, and, there was 4 well, there was 3 at the time. There's 4 other ones that they have at Michael's that I didn't get. These were more expensive, but, it was more remedial. This is something that, probably a 12-year-old could do because it's not, you know, building all this tiny, tiny stuff. Alright, good night, Audra. Um, so we spent a good portion of Sunday doing them. He was doing it, and I went out to get mine. I came home, I got probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of it done, and I realized that I wanted to do more of them, but I didn't want them to run out. So I went and grabbed the other 5. I still gotta get they sell the doors on them separately, of course. and the roofs, but you can stack them up. So, I mean, I could have stacked them up 3 high and only had to buy 1 roof and 3 sets of doors. But the way I'm gonna set them up now, I'm gonna set them up 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, which means I have to buy the doors separately and the roofs separately. But then it'll be easier and nicer to light them up that way, and you'll be able to see them better because the shelf that I'm getting is we're going to put it not low, but eye level to where you can actually look into the models and actually see what's going on instead of stacking them all up. If you're going to get them, the brand is called Rolife. Like I said, they're different than a standard one. A lot of the ones that like my husband's doing or the ones that look like books are way, 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 way more intricate. Sometimes you're lucky enough to get ones that have a lot of stickers, but a lot of times you have to glue, like if you have books, you have to basically fold the book up and then glue the covers on, and that's too tedious for me, which is why I never wanted to get into them. But this brand has the bigger furniture pieces. You don't have to build the furniture to a point. Like I had to put a chair together, but I didn't have to like put a chair together, if that makes any sense, which probably doesn't. So I bought the 6 that I was interested in at Michael's. And then there's some different type ones that are on Amazon by the same company. And I'm going to buy one to make sure that it's still the same as these. I'm not going to go and buy like all 4 of them at once. I'm going to buy one and they're standalones and see if they are the same as these or if they're more like my husband's, because I don't want to do one like my husband's. But yeah, you can get them on Amazon as well. They're a little bit more expensive on Amazon by like $4, but they had a selection of them on Amazon, but I don't think they had all of them. I ended up getting a diner, a bar, and a bakery. And then I got a living room, bedroom, and kitchen. So I have like a little house, and then I have some businesses. They also had a bubble tea shop, a normal tea shop, a library. And then I went the other day, we just stopped in there to look or whatever, and they suddenly had a supermarket. But the supermarket looks a little too remedial. I feel like there's not as much stuff to do in the supermarket because I was going to buy the supermarket. But it seemed like there wasn't quite enough to do. All the ones I got they got stuff. Like some of them, I didn't see how many pieces the diner was before I threw away the box, but the bar had like 142 pieces. The cafe definitely had less. I want to say it had 90 something, but I feel like that supermarket didn't have that much stuff. So I'm not going to get it for now. I'm going to do these other 4 that I did, and then I'm going to buy one off of Amazon and see how that, because there's 4 of them on Amazon that look very interesting that I want to do. And I'm probably going to have to buy another shelf. I'm going to probably have to buy another shelf. So the bubble tea shop is cute. It's cute. The library, the reason I wouldn't do the library is weird. It's like a kid's library. It's very brightly colored. My thing is I don't know if you have to put the covers on each of the books. Even if they're stickers, it's tedious. Like the bar, a lot of the bar was putting stickers on things and then putting like the drinks together. Like what they did for the bar was they would give you the cup, they would give you the liquid, and then you'd have to put the liquid into the cup type deal, which is why I'm glad I glued everything, but that's not the one that fell. And with the cafe, like I had to make like the chicken nugget container and put the chicken nuggets in there. And I didn't glue the chicken nuggets or the basket of chicken down. And that was the main thing that fell. When it fell down, all the little chicken pieces went everywhere, but I found them all. So, I mean, that's a good thing as I found them all. They give you a tiny bit of leeway, but not really. Like in the diner, they gave you the option to wrap the burger or not. I didn't. Yeah, if you can do Diamond Dots for 5 hours, yeah. Yeah, these ones are good. I mean, honestly, the first time you put one together, it takes longer than the second time regardless because you're like, okay, everything has to go in a certain order. Like I was going book by book, step by step, page by page. Um, but I started seeing that like there was things I could do that I didn't necessarily need the book for in the bar. I did a couple things out of order. Screwed me up though because I couldn't figure out why there was 3 different color wine bottles. And so I put a label on one of them and I realized that I put the wrong label on it, but like who's going to notice? So, I mean, between that, the upside down label and the upside down picture, I mean, it is what it is, but the next one I'm doing is the bakery. I'm doing the bakery next. And then I'm going to start on the houses because I was going to stack them up 3 high. I was going to do 3 businesses and then the 3 houses. But if I do that, you're not going to be able to see them all. When I was at Michael's, they'd actually put together the house one. They had put together the living room, the living room, bedroom, and kitchen one, and had it all displayed with the roof, the doors, the lights. And those ones have a nice amount of pieces to them. So I feel like those will be fun. But the bakery looks like it's got quite a few pieces. So I think that one will be pretty fun, hopefully. So um, sometimes they have these little minuscule little details, like my chicken fryer has a knob that will turn, which is cute, but you can't see it because it's behind the counter anyway. They made me put on, drawers on stuff you can't see anyways. But they wanted to give you more stuff to do because if they just gave you a bunch of pieces and you just set them in there, what would be the fun in that? So they gave me 2 chicken nugget containers, which I still don't understand because you can only fit 1 chicken nugget container. I guess it was in case you didn't want to use the bucket. I don't know. You had to build the hamburger, which was cute. And then they're like, "Do you want to wrap it?" And I'm like, "No, I just made it so that you could put it underneath it instead, the little wrapper." I learned that I would never be able to do one like my husband's when I had to put together the fry containers and the chicken nugget containers and realize that you're making, these little fry containers that are this big and you have to, fold them up and, tuck them together and glue this and what, and I kept gluing my hands, dude. Number one, I had so much glue on my fingers that I was sticking to everything regardless. It took 3 days to get all the glue off my hands. And the only reason I got the glue off my hands as good as I did is I used Dawn Power Wash twice. And as an added bonus, I was vaping and doing the models at the same time. And I went to use my vape and I used the super glue instead. I put the super glue to my mouth thinking it was my vape, and I got super glue on my lip, which luckily did not glue my lips shut as much as some people I'm sure would have loved that. I sat there and let the glue dry on my lip, and the glue was on there for like I couldn't do anything with it, but eventually it just kind of went away. But I went through what they give you. Some of them have stickers, and they give you a little set of tweezers because, like I said, with like the fry containers, you got to have tweezers. But they give you a set of tweezers. They gave my husband a set of tweezers. They don't give you scissors, so we were sharing a pair of scissors, and they don't give you glue. But like with mine, I wanted to glue everything down. With my husband's, there's things he needed to glue, and they didn't give him glue. And I went through so much super glue. We went through probably 4 packs of super glue, and I think we have 5 packs left, but they're not going to last long. I used 2 just in this one over here. He used 1. I used 1 for this one, and I just barely finished. And I was agitated because I bought super glue at Michael's, and it was $4, but I didn't want to have to go anywhere else. So I was like, whatever, dude, I'll just pay the $4. Well, I ran out, and I wanted to do another model. So I was like, well, I'm going to go down to Dollar General. It's like 5 feet from the house, and I'll just get a bottle of super glue. It can't be any worse than Michael's. I get to Dollar General and super glue, same one, mind you, I think. It was name brand shit. There was Crazy Glue and Scotch Glue and $1.50. $1.50 instead of $4. I bought 8 of them and then used quite a few that night. But yeah, definitely after smashing the diner, which I still need to glue down the big pieces. I need to glue down the bench and the counters again. The table stayed, the chair didn't. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the chair back on. It's really hard to get on there. I gotta glue those down again. But after what happened, I definitely want to make sure that I glue the stuff down. So I did those. I had to turn I don't normally have notifications on, but I had notifications on Threads because I wasn't getting a lot of notifications. I wasn't getting a whole lot. And then about 4 days in, my phone was just blip, 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 blip. I had to turn them off. I was like, I can't do this. I can't stand the sound of notifications. And that's the notification it did, just that little weird little knock type deal. But like listening to that, over and over and over started to get extremely frustrating. I tanned a few days ago, about half a week ago. I tanned, and my husband came in and he saw my legs and my stomach, and he was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You're darker than I am," because my stomach and my legs are ridiculously dark, way darker than my arms and my face. I do not understand why that is, but my stomach and my legs are dark, dark. And he's like, I think you need to lay off the tanning for a while. So he tells me that. So I go out tanning that night. And I use the stand up because I'm trying to get my face darker. I don't understand what's going on. And it was like the bulbs didn't even work. Like, not even kidding. I didn't even feel like I tanned, like at all. I would go today and do it, but it is pouring rain, pouring rain. Or I'd go do it again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my head down where my feet normally are. I think I'm going to try that because I don't know if the lights are just different up where the face. The lights are different where the face is. If you've ever been in a Planet Fitness tanning bed, it's different where the face is, and I just feel like I'm not getting enough sun using it that way. So I think I'm going to flip and put my face where the feet should go and see if that helps. But I'm worried that I'm just going to end up ridiculously sunburned. When I went a week ago, I was actually sunburned the whole night. My face was. But can you tell now? No. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I would have went tanning tonight. But I mean, I went to open the door to let the dogs out. And it was just pouring. And I'm like, yeah, nope, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing nothing. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because I did the stand up, which is supposed to be stronger. And I literally did not even feel like I tanned, like at all. I told them, I was like, I feel like your bulbs are not even working. Cause like if I do 12 minutes in the lay down, I feel warm afterwards. My skin is warm to the touch. I got out of the 9-minute stronger one. That's why it's 9 minutes instead of 12. And it was like like nothing. Like I had not even been in there. And I didn't look like I had like any color difference or anything. And it was frustrating because once you do it, you can't do it for another 24 hours. I would have went out there and been like, all right, stick me in another bed. Like, I don't think your bed's working, put me in another bed, but they won't. They can't. So basically I wasted my time doing it. And the bed didn't even get that warm. That's another thing. Like when you're in a lay down, you kind of feel like you're in a microwave oven with air in it. And normally the one gets pretty warm, the stand up, but it didn't get very, it didn't for me anyways. I don't think it got very warm. I like doing it because it makes me warm. I'm always so freaking cold. I have my hair in an actual bona fide, not just a bun, but a ponytail. Like instead of normally, I take this and fold it all up and do this, but I actually have an actual like ponytail, which I never do. But I was like, I'm gonna do something different today. But it's weird because I can feel it. It don't feel right. I don't like it. I like it. It doesn't feel as tight, I guess. I don't know. I don't see why. Like, I tied it the same amount of times. It just doesn't feel the same. Yeah, it's my I came out of the shower and I went up to my husband. I was like, "Look." I was like, "Look how long my hair is." And he was like, "Wow." And I was like, "Yeah." You can never tell because I always have it in a ponytail. I always have it after I do the ponytail. I always knot it up and put, and for some reason I decided to just let it be a regular ponytail and I can feel it. Like, oh, ew. I just felt it just now. I don't like it. But I'm like, I'll just leave it on there like that right now. So yeah, it's raining. I can hear it raining right now. It's raining pretty good. He'll be happy I finished the book though. He's gonna be like, "Did you start the third one?" No, I read a lot today. Thank you. I read a third of a book in like an hour. Leave me alone. Um, I got to get him up at 3:30. He got home at 7:30, and I have to get him up at 3:30, which will get him up and going and functioning, and hopefully out the door by 5. He'll be up and functioning by 5. Because he's got to be at work by 6. So I have to start trying to get him up at 3:30. And considering I don't think he got into his bed till 8:30, and then it usually takes him 2 hours to go to sleep. So he'll sleep if he's lucky from 10 to 3:30. So it's going to be a nightmare. But they have him set at a I don't even know where he's going, but he told me, but I forgot. So he'll take the car though. I don't need it. No, he can't function. That's why I have to get him up because by the time he sleeps 5 hours, it takes him 2 hours to get to sleep. He sleeps for like 5 hours, and we're pretty sure he has sleep apnea because he doesn't get the right amount of sleep. He snores. His mom's a sleep study analyst, and she told him flat out he has it, but we can't afford the test and the fucking machine. Um, so like he gets like 5 hours of pretty interrupted sleep, and so he can't function in the morning. That's why I get him up. If it was just a standard, man who just didn't want to get out of bed, I'd have told him to shut the fuck up, grow the fuck up, and deal with it. But he literally cannot function. He don't even make sense for the first half hour. Like the past 2 days I went in there the day before last. I'm like, hey, I need you to get up. He's like, yeah, the stacks. I was like, what stacks? He's like, the stacks that are on my eyes. I was like, what stacks are on your eyes? And he started getting mad. He's like trying to explain it, but he can't explain it because it doesn't make any sense because he's asleep. And he's like getting bona fide mad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm telling you. And I'm like, so yesterday I went in and not yesterday, the day before. I went in and I was trying to get him up and he was making 0 sense. And so I just pulled out the camera because like I'm asking him questions over and over and he's not answering. Like I'd ask him something 3 or 4 times and he would just kind of mumble or just flat out not even answer or whatever. And then I'd be like, I asked you, and he'd be like, and I answered you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. So I pulled out the recorder. I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this again. And I'd be like, okay, what do you need? Do you want me to make you lunch? Nothing. Do you need me to make you lunch? Nothing. Do you need me to make you lunch? Yeah. I already answered. No, you didn't. I was like, I am literally videotaping you right now. I said, I will show you. And he's like, well, and he told me, he was like, he thought he was answering because he was asleep. And I'm like, because you're so out of it, dude. You're completely out of it. And I've been that way. A lot of the times that I've been watching Hell's Kitchen, I have a hard time laying down and watching TV, whether the lights are on, off, whatever. My eyes will start rolling around really bad and I'll try to stay awake. And my eyes will start rolling really bad. And, that's how I watch him when he's trying to get up. His eyes are just rolling and he ain't functioning. So I'm probably going to lay down for just a couple hours before I get him up because I have to get him up at 3:30 and 4. I go in for the first half hour. I don't know what the point is because he immediately falls back to sleep. I have no idea what that whole freaking point is of that. The second time I start, really getting him up or whatever. But that's just how he wants it. But I didn't get a lot of sleep the past 2 days. I got kind of, here and there sleep. I slept, the other day from like 9 to 1, and then I slept a little bit, and then I went to go lay back down, and it was just incident after incident. My husband called me about the thing with work, and then he called me again from the thing from work, and then I was calling the doctor's office, and then I go to lay down at like 10:30, 10:30, close to 11, and I get woke up again at 11:45. So I didn't actually like lay down until almost 12, and I got up at 5:30. So on top of the day that I had before that where I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, I'm just tired. Just kind of, and I've been really mentally tired. On top of that, I've just been very worn out. I've been worn out mentally and physically, so it's just kind of compiling, and just makes it to where I'm just super tired. So I think when I get off of here, I'm probably going to go just try to take like a little cat nap type deal. I got my book done, so he can't say shit. I got my live done. He can't say shit. So, I mean, I may or may not try to watch something, but I feel like if I try to watch something, I'm just going to end up falling asleep. So I might just try to go in and lay down for at least a little bit, get him up and going. And then once I get him up and going, I can either go back to sleep or I could do something for a little bit and then go back to sleep. You can tell how tired I'm getting. Good Lord. So, and of course it's raining. So I don't know about you guys, but when it rains, it makes me want to go to sleep. The sound of the rain on the roof. I'll find out how much his check is here probably about the time I get up again. He can check it like right at midnight, but he's asleep. So when it hits the bank in another hour, hour and a half, I'll be able to see exactly what it is I can get extra. I have a list of what all I'd like to get and what I think I'll be able to get, but I'm not sure 100% until I see how much the check is. I have it set for what I think it's going to be, but I don't know. Not going to know till I see it. So, and if I have to, exchange things accordingly, then I will. But there's a bunch of stuff I'd like to grab while I can, essentially. So my one hermit crab, well, actually both my two bigger hermit crabs out there have been kind of wandering around. My white one keeps sticking itself in between the food bowl and the water dish and just laying down. Whereas my other one, he'll go from laying in the corner. We never see him move, but he goes from laying in the corner to being in the food bowl, laying in the corner, being in the food bowl. And they're like, it's like the whole cage apart, but we never actually see him moving in between the two. It's like he almost transports, like he's sleeping and then he's in the food bowl. He's sleeping, he's in the food bowl. Like we never see the back and forth of it. So those two have been up and going. These guys, no. There's a little dugout spot. I'm not really sure what's going on. That looks like somebody was doing something, but my big ones are starting to get up and move, so hopefully these guys will soon. So I'm so tired. Holy shit. All right. I hope that I'm gonna be able to start going live a little bit more often, and I keep saying that, and then I get worse and worse. I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go live more often," and then I won't come on for, like, 4 days. But I think that I should be hopefully out of my isolation zone, I guess, kind of a little bit, and hopefully start doing more lives or whatnot, even if I did every other day or something like I'd planned on doing, that'd be better than nothing. So, but I'm tired, and y'all are being pretty quiet except for Miss over here. So, I'm gonna peace out, and I hope y'all are all right, and I'll see you later.